Hi, today we are absolutely delighted to be looking at the brand new collection Arctic Adventures, created as a collaboration between Lewis and Irene and the UK surface pattern designer Cassandra Connolly. We will be exploring all 15 fabrics in the range, the curated bundles, and also discussing some projects. Cassandra's got a quilt for us that we can actually take a peek at, and looking at some other projects too. So keep an eye out for all of that, it's coming right up. Hi everyone, it's Charles at Empress Mills, and we are taking a look at the brand new collection created by Cassandra Connolly and Lewis and Irene, which is Arctic Adventures. It's an absolutely stunning range. I am absolutely sure you're going to love it. Cassandra has worked to Lewis and Irene's sort of standard way of producing a collection, which is working to a 15 design range, which is 5 main designs in 3 colourways each. So you end up with 3 sets of 5 within the range. And it becomes up to you whether you want to use those smaller sets, or all 15 fabrics will work together extremely well, perfectly. In fact, not extremely well, they will work together perfectly if you do want to use all 15 and dip into the full collection. So it just gives you a few options. We'll look at the bundles towards the end of the video, if you're still around for that. I hope you are. But we'll look at the bundles, and they are curated as part of those sort of mini sets within the range that I mentioned. So they are an option if you just want to cherry pick some designs. All of the prints, or a lot of the prints should I say, feature some pearlescent metallic style detailing, which we're going to take a peek at as well. But overall, the collection makes clever use in fact, of Cassandra's sort of, I say favourite, it's like I'm a little bit like I know too well there, but of Cassandra's sort of standard shades. She loves working with softer colours and this sort of lovely palette. Now what she's done to transfer that over to this Arctic Adventures collection is still stick to that ethos, and that's picked up particularly in some of the animal prints, but we are seeing some darker, moodier colours coming in a little bit as well, but it does all work together perfectly. So we'll take a peek. This is one of the main designs in the collection, and it's got this wonderful polar bear and the owl, and then now someone's going to be laughing at me for this. Is it a narwhal or a narwhal, or what? I read it with confidence, and never have I actually thought to say it before. But we've got all these wonderful Arctic creatures making an appearance, and they feature in some of the other prints as well, and really pull the range together. On this print, we've got the pearlescent detailing on the moon. Hopefully that will come up nicely for you on the moon, and also around this area of ice where the little sea creatures are popping up. See how I dodged the name in there. The sea creatures will go for from now on, are popping up. But it really does just give that little hint of something special to the range. Helps pick up on that sort of frosty, icy feel. That's one of the, that background colour on that one is the ice blue. And in the other in the other hues, should I say, in the range, we end up with this sort of permeating through quite a few of them. We've got this sort of darker, more sort of midnighty, just off maybe a midnighty blue style colour, and then almost heading towards a purpley blue, really picking up the Arctic sky. But this, for me particularly, it sums up that sort of soft use of colour that fits with Cassandra's standard sort of colour. I don't like calling it standard because it works so well, but Cassandra's sort of preference, let's call it, for her sort of colour palette. But it works really well, as you can see. But it does work really well, as you can see. Now I should just spread the darker background one out as well, because it's a real perfect one for just highlighting that pearlescent element on here. Just wait for this. It's a real beauty of a design, is this one. Here we go. And hopefully that will really, really show you, as I say, all the way around these sort of these icy bits, and on the moon we've got that detailing. And while metallic, again, doesn't always fit with the sort of softer pastel feel, works really well with this range, just because it's been used to pick up those sort of key design features rather than it being overbearing or anything. It's not at all. It's just highlighting those little tweaks of the design itself. This beauty is one of the blenders in theory from the collection, but just wait till you see the detail on this design. There is this absolutely wonderful Arctic fox. I can pronounce that as opposed to the sea creatures from earlier. And the hair, and I don't think they say it on the end of they don't put it on the end of the box, but I'm more or less certain they've called this design Herring Around, which is just a cracking little name for it. But it's the little silhouette of the fox and the hair that I think has just been done so well with the sort of sketching of the lines rather than really seeing the main animal. It's perfectly sketched around, and you see it in different poses, sort of sat up and crouched down, all cosy and snuggled up, and the same with the hair just popping its head up. And again, the pearlescent detailing making an entrance here. Hopefully you can see that sort of twinkling. We're picking that up on some of the lines here. It's a really, really nice design, and again with that pearlescent just picking up the Arctic elements of the print. If you can hear a lot of noise in the background, normally we try and say to our team, try and be a little bit quiet when we're doing some filming, but my little one has just arrived from school. She's only 5, is Sophie, and she's arrived and she's got a scooter here at work. So if you can hear a little bit of noise in the background, I know it's not very professional, but that's my little one scootering around the place. No doubt helping to pick some orders. So yes, that's what it is. It's not just my guys going a little bit crazy. So back to the designs. We've got the gorgeous sort of silvery icy colour on the first one. This much more a true ice blue on this print with those gorgeous pearlescent detailings. And then also again heading towards sort of a darker, moodier midnight style blue in this design just here. If I can get it to spread out nicely, that is. And interestingly in this one, when I mentioned purple earlier in one of the colours, we've just seen that being picked up in the floral touch on this one as well. Very, very clever use of different colours, all just coming together nicely into these shades. And again, hopefully on this one you can really see that metallic twinkle just making an appearance again. The next print uses the metallics where you would think it is best, and it certainly is, in the stars and the moon on the design. And we've seen that sort of sketchy style approach to the animal. Yes, we've seen that sort of sketchy style approach to the animals again, picking up on the silhouette around the bear, and we've got the Arctic fox, and we've got a little bear cub as well, and also the hair. Oh, and there is the owl there as well. Can you make that out? Got the owl there as well. But again, lovely touches of detail in this sort of wisps in the sky that we're picking up on all over, as well as the little floral touches. It really, really is a nice, gentle range. Perfect for kiddies projects, but because it's got quite a sophisticated palette as well, would work right through into grown-up projects, into adults projects and things. It really, really is a lovely, lovely range. This, we've got that first colour, then there is this more mauve style almost print to this one. It's got sort of a very rich purpley night sky purple feel to it. And interestingly, we've got the bears there picked up in the darker purple as well. And the bear silhouette itself picked up in a slightly darker version of that purple. So again, just pulling all the design together nicely. And on that slightly darker version of the background, you can see those other elements really popping. It's a nice combination. And this is the third colourway, which is a classic approach from Lewis and Irene to a range. This wonderful, wonderful spread of colours that you get in the different designs that, to be honest, I mean, from our point of view, it makes it difficult to choose. We always stock a full Lewis and Irene range because it's very, very difficult to pull out certain elements without your focusing on the key sort of mini set within the range that I talked about at the start of the video. And this is that absolutely at play. We've talked about rich purples, we've talked about sort of midnight blues and an icy blue, and then almost out of nowhere you get this much richer, almost a dark rich sea green almost feel to this one, but it works so well. And that's important, and it's what sets Lewis and Irene and Cassandra picked up on this wonderfully in her ranges with them. It's what sets them apart in our thinking, because it gives you that spread of shades, and I know I say it in some of my other videos as well, but it gives you that real spread of shades across a set of 15. It's not just one purple or one midnight blue after the other. You get these more unusual colours being brought in, but they work together so well across the entire range. It's wonderful, and it just means that your projects can be quite varied as well, and your projects again don't just become, oh, it's all just a blue project because we're picking up on some icy blue. None of that with Lewis and Irene. Very, very clever use of colour. So yes, I'll stop wittering on about that. But it is really, really interesting use of colour on there. And let's move on to this design, going back to the icy blue that I mentioned. So it's just that clever switch around in the colours. We've got the owl on here being the main focus, and again these gorgeous sort of sky-based wisps there, and some stars as well being picked up with the metallic detail. But that owl in the white here really popping. It also comes in that lighter shade just there. That's a real beauty. And then heading back to that strong midnight blue style shade in this print. Look at that. And again, we're picking up on these wisps in the sky, and also the stars being metallic highlighted, or the pearlescent highlighting, should I say. But again, a really, really nice design, quite striking, with softer options available too. Such a spread of options available for you in this range. Now, let me just very quickly move these. It will only take me a moment. Then I don't disappear behind a pile of fabric, which often happens here at Empress. So here we go, the last three prints. We've got this gorgeous green, nice soft background shade here, and on here we've got the watery elements being picked up with that silver. And it's like I mentioned early on, it's just those very, very fine touches of metallic picking up on the design and bringing it to life, just giving it that little bit of life itself. And interestingly in these three, I was keen to mention this one. It's just moving away from any of the shades we've seen so far in the collection. And look at that, does it work so well? Gives you that sort of real aquarine green style feel to it, but still those soft colours that Cassandra is sort of so keen on, and that have become so popular in her ranges. This last colour I'm very, very keen again to pick up on, because it just shows the spread of shades, as I mentioned before. It's got this sort of dark, moody style feel to it still, but again, it's not sort of a hefty dark coloured background. It's still got that softness, even though we're picking up a darker sky sort of feel to the colour, which transfers over to those original designs that we saw at the start of the range. A real spread of shades, and again, perfectly encapsulated even within just those three designs. How wide they spread, but how they all pull together so well. So yes, you might, as you can tell, I'm quite a fan of the shades in this range. In terms of the project, there is a quilt project available, which hopefully you'll be seeing on screen now. There we go. This has been put together with Sally Ablett, who works in conjunction with Lewis and Irene, and in this case also with Cassandra. And that quilt that you were just seeing a moment ago, as I say, was made specifically with this range in mind. And then there are some other project ideas. We don't have patterns for these, but hopefully we'll be able to pop this picture on screen too. And as you can see in that far corner, we've got this almost sort of teepee style effect. And down at the very, very bottom right of your screen it will be, you can see that fabric used on a sort of a pouffe style effect, and then obviously also in the main sort of image that's been framed. Now, they are just tasters of some of the things you can do with these fabrics, and really that crosses over into all of Lewis and Irene's ranges. I'm always so keen to stress, yes, these fabrics are designed with quilted in mind. They're 100% cotton. It's a quilting fabric, but that quilting fabric is a premium quality, and it is wonderful for so many other projects, whether it is teepees, soft furnishing projects, poufes, cushions, absolutely anything, and right the way through to dressmaking. these fabrics are wonderful for anything along those sort of lines. They're 100% cotton, super smooth, nice and breathable, pre-shrunk, washable. They tick every box. Absolutely wonderful for such a variety of projects. We do have the bumbleberries, which coordinate perfectly with the range. They're all on the website, and there's a little bundle that pulls the set together as well. And the other 3 fat quarter bundles that you see at this far side are the 3 mini sets that I talk about again towards the start of the video, the way the collection will break down into the mini sets. They're all on the website with the extra images as well, so you can explore those and just see how those colours work together. But I do encourage you, click through, just have a little peek, and you'll see what I mean, that the 15 work well, but you have these 3 sets of 5 also. And that is everything. We're very excited to have this range in stock. UK-based Lewis Irene design house, UK surface pattern designer Cassandra Connolly collaborating with them. What a lovely idea that this entire collection is put together right here on the British Isles. It's a really, really nice sort of feeling to have, to be supporting UK business and UK design, and I hope that is the same for you at home. If you've got any questions, please leave a comment. We will come back to you, of course, or do email through the website or give us a call. We would be pleased to answer any questions at all. Thank you very much indeed for watching. We hope you love the range as much as we do, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.